Okay, perfect. So let me see. And please let me know if Marilyn, or I think her name is Libby, but it's awfully late now. So okay. Um share screen. Um okay. So I started it. I just started it, and I like to make it bigger, right? We make it bigger, bigger. Is
Yeah,
that big
you
enough?
did. Yeah.
I could do it more if you want. Then we just can't
Yeah.
see the English. So, okay.
Uh,
We're going to
okay.
forget the English for today. Okay. So it's right after the ark is closed from putting the Torah away. And normally, I guess most rabbis, I think, give a Dvar Torah in between before Musaf, maybe, just to situate
We
everyone.
do it before Torah reading.
Oh, okay. So then for you, maybe it all just continues. So then
Yeah.
the first thing is the Chatzi Kaddish, which is we'd say at the beginning of any major part of the service, right?
Right.
So Amy, do you want to practice the Chatzi Kaddish or
Yeah, you could do you want to sing it? I don't know. Is there a
however you want to
tune?
do it? However you want to do it.
Could you start it? You could.
Yitkadal Vikadash Mirabad.
Oh no, wait, I don't do.
You don't do it that way. Okay. How do you do?
Could it say?
Yikadal Vikadash Mirabad.
Yeah,
Same.
Bamadi di bra kidu te vina mil malkut te bekai ye hun uvi umehun. No, I'm got off.
Let me do the first paragraph and see if it's the way you do it. Okay, so Yikadal v'yikada shemiraba v'yamad yivra kirte v'yamlich malchute v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael b'galav v'zman kari v'imeru.
Yeah, that's
Amen.
how we do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got
Yikadal
Shmeraba Bamati Brak
v'yamad yivra kirte v'yamlich
Te
malchute.
Te Bekraikon Ooh Ooh V Oh I don't know Vomekon Haye Deko Beit Israel Bagala Vizman Kadib Umri Amen. Yehi Shmeira
Rabba
Bamavora
Mivorach.
Leolam Ula Meomaya Yitbarak Yitbarak Vihitam Mam Vihit
Read the why don't you instead of trying to get the melody and the words at the same time, just read the words. Yeah.
Vihit Barach Vihishtabar
Yeet.
Yit Barach Vihishtabach
Good.
Vit Paar V'it Roman, v'it Naseh, v'it Hadar, v'it Halai, v'it Chale, v'it Halal, Shmei Dekudasha Birichu, Leila Min Kol, Barakata, V'shidata, Tushbachata, V'nechamata, Da'amiran ba'alma v'imru omein.
Amen. Okay. Good. So then we start. So the Amidah is it's very much the same as in Shachari, but there's also
Mhm.
differences. And what I was doing before we started was trying to get a handle on where, what the differences are, and I'll try to point them out. But do you want to go through the whole thing, or do you really just want to do the Kedusha?
It's up to the other people too, because they may not want to do it.
Well, I don't know. We haven't done it in quite some time. So I don't know. Amy, would you mind, or Audrey?
Oh,
That's
that's the
Arlene and
part.
Audrey. You're all A's. It makes me crazy. You're all A's.
I thought it would make it
All right.
easier for you.
Well, not really, because I'm not looking at the pictures, remember. This is all from memory. I'm not looking at the pictures. Um, so do the others, do you mind if we go through the?
No,
This
I
is what
don't.
I really want, because this is the part I can never, I'm still on page 92 and they're on 100 and something, and finished.
All right, so let's go through Baruch Atah Adonai. So I like to do it with the matriarchs. Any objections to including the matriarchs?
No,
No,
Okay. So Arlene, do you want to start?
sure. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohai Avotenu.
Wait, what is this one?
Elohei,
Velohe, right. Okay.
Elohei Avotenu. I don't.
We don't say that.
that,
We don't
okay.
actually say that we're saying it with the matriarchs. I guess some people do. Okay.
Okay. Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanara, El Elyon, Gomei Hasidim, Tovim, Vikonei Hakol, Vizoher, Heste, Chaste, Avot, Umavi, Goel, Livnei, Vinahem, Lema, Shmo, Be'ahava.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
What did you say for, oh, now I can't find it.
Where?
Um,
Hagadol,
what did you say here? I didn't hear.
Gomel.
Okay, I didn't hear the L. I
Oh,
thought
okay.
I didn't hear
Maybe I didn't, but Gomel, I know it's Gomel.
Yeah, but then you said Hakol, right? So I figured,
Yeah.
all right, okay. It's
So
okay.
forgive me for not, yes,
No,
okay.
because I notice different people, mess up different letters, so I'd like to
Mhm.
pay attention. Okay. Okay. Audrey, do you want to continue with Melech Ozer?
Sure. Melech Ozer Ufoked, Umoshia Umagen, Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ufoked Sarah.
Okay. Atah. Go ahead.
Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye Metim Atah Rab Lehoshia. More?
Okay, so I just wanted to see, Atagi Borli Olam Adonai. Okay, so everything up until, Atagi Borli Olam Adonai. So starting from, everything starting from, Baruch Atah Adonai Ve'Elohei Avotenu is considered the first bracha. And it's called our ancestors. And then starting with Atagi Borli Olam Adonai is the second bracha, and it's God's saving care. I'd never really, the Lev Shalem is so good at explaining all of this. Sim Shalom says nothing about it, so
right.
I've really been kind of oblivious. I mean, I knew that there were separate things, but since it didn't lay it out, so the Lev Shalem is fantastic if you have a copy, and I could shrink this up, I guess, and show it to you here. Yeah.
Mm.
If you don't have a copy of Lev Shalem, I so strongly urge you to get one. It's so
But
wonderful.
you're getting one off of rabbinical.assembly.org. I mean, in other words, you can look at it online, right?
Well, yeah, I don't remember. I got this somehow during COVID. They made these things available, you
Oh,
know. I
mhm.
could try to send it to you. I'm perfectly happy to try to send you the link. If it opens for me, it should open for you. I don't have any special access or anything, you know.
Right.
So, yeah, I could try to do that. But it's so, I just wanted to point it out, but I don't want to make this into like a, you know what I mean? I don't want to make it into a class that it's not, and I'm an expert in, you know what I mean? All I'm
Yeah,
doing is
but-
reading what's here. I don't know anything.
Barbara,
Yeah.
it's very good to have the explanation. I
Yeah.
find it very good to have an explanation.
Right. I'm just saying that I don't consider myself enough, you know what I mean? Enough of an expert or knowledgeable enough to really tell you more than what's
Yeah.
here.
And certain things they have in there, like where to bow, is very
Mhm.
good for beginners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, that's why I'll try to send it to you and you can read it on your own. I think we should concentrate on the Hebrew, I'd like to concentrate on the Hebrew, but same time, I do want you to know that this information is available and wonderful. So, okay, Audrey, you could, if you want to keep with
Okay.
Michal Kale.
מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך תמיד ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה.
Okay.
See, this part I know because I go over this every week, but then I only get so far.
Yeah.
This is like page 90, I forget, 80 or 90 something.
Okay.
So
Are
maybe-
you
maybe-
all seeing me right
Yes,
now?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Barbara, maybe we should, instead of starting at the beginning, go midway where Audrey doesn't reach it. Does that make sense?
Where Audrey doesn't,
Like she get, like she's on page whatever 90 and they're on 101. So if we go past the beginning, that might help her read it more quickly.
I think what Arlene says that I really get practice reading the beginning. I
Yes.
never get practice at the end part because
yeah. Okay, now I got you. So let's go to the Kedusha, which we're practically at the Kedusha now anyway. My problem is that I have lost, let me stop the share and see if that helps. I'm really getting, I know there's no reason to get upset because we'll be okay now. All right, we're going to continue with the second half of our class, and we're going to look at the 10
Safe.
Commandments. And I'm almost positive it's going to work, but I can never know. Okay, we're good?
Yep.
Make it big. Okay. So Moses has been going back and forth up and down the mountain. I feel bad. If you read it really closely, I mean, he must have been exhausted at this point. And we're just going to start it. I think we'll just start when God starts talking. And again, I don't feel qualified to say very much about the theology and who's saying what, but there's all kinds of interpretations about how much of this God said, how much of it the people heard directly from Moses. And there's all kinds of stuff, fascinating stuff you can read about it. But let's just read what, the actual words. The one thing I did want to do is point out when each of the commandments actually starts so that we get to 10. And so the first, well, let's read it first and then we'll talk about it. Okay.
question
Oh.
for you, first of all. And
Yeah.
Anochi Adonai Elohecha Asher, I always say Hotzeti, but then I see there's a final chuf there.
Where are you? Hotseti?
Yeah, but I say
Hotsetecha.
Hotzeti, I never say the final chuf.
Let me see how it is in two different places, but Safaria usually matches,
Right.
our, let's see. God spoke saying these words, Vahotse, our, Eitz Chaim has the same as Hotseticha as it's here.
Oh, funny, I've been saying it wrong all these years. Funny.
Okay, when do you say it? Just out of curiosity.
When I'm reading, well, when you say the Ten Commandments, all those times during the years that the Ten Commandments are read.
Okay, so you mean to
And-
yourself? I mean, you read it to yourself wrong, or?
No, during
Are you saying it
in
aloud?
songs, in their
Oh,
song.
Oh, I
That it's
wonder, maybe you're thinking in the Haggadah? Maybe it is different in the Haggadah.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just that I'm been wrong for so long.
But you wouldn't be wrong if it's different in the way in the Haggadah, which but we'll when we get closer to Passover, we'll look.
And we read it just a few weeks ago, didn't we?
The Ten
In services a few weeks ago.
It's
About a
coming up
month
this
ago?
Saturday. This Saturday, it's coming up.
Is it really? Because we,
Asher Hotzeti. I mean, in the prayer. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about now. We do say it every single time before we read the Song of the Sea.
yes.
It's in that
Shira Shirim.
paragraph, and
Yeah.
it is Hotzeti. I think
Okay, that's
think
what
I'm
it
catching
is.
on to what you're confused about now, because
Which we did about, what was it, last week or 3
right,
weeks
because
ago?
I just read the Song of the Sea, and I
Yeah.
think you're right. But whoever took it from the 10 Commandments and put it in there changed it. So we're, you know what I mean?
Sure. No, I'm fine. I'm
So
I'm
you're
not
not
wrong.
wrong. Then, I mean, they might have been wrong thousands of years ago. I can't say.
It doesn't matter.
But what you're thinking of, you're absolutely right. So you're not crazy. You're absolutely right. I'm just opening my book to see, Vayashad, like, Vayam Hu Miyad Miyasai, Vayarsa, Mitzrayim, Vayasada, Yam, Vayarsa, the Adikudala, Shara, it's such a big night. I mean, about Unaim, Moshe, Avdo, Azishir Moshe. Anyway, I'm not finding it, but I think,
It's fine.
I think you know what you're talking about. And
Yeah.
I don't think you've been saying it wrong all these years. I think
Doesn't
it's
matter.
different in different places.
Nobody knows.
Okay. So the first commandment is the first, what is verses 2 through 6 are the first and second commandments. And so that I am the Lord your God who brought you out of Egypt is, I think, considered the first, and then everything after that is considered, through verse 6 is considered the second commandment. I think that, yes, and then the third commandment is about do not swear falsely. Okay, so verse 7 is the third commandment. So everything here, starting with verse 2, is, and different people disagree over when the first starts and the second starts, so people say verses 2 through 6 are the first and second commandments, and then everyone agrees. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
All right. So I've lost track over who hasn't gone in a while. So is it Audrey maybe, or?
I think I just went.
Okay, so whoever thinks it's their turn, start,
Lean. Shall I start?
please.
Vayadaber Elohim et kol hadvarim ha'ele Ele li amor.
Lay more, right?
Lamor.
Okay, why don't you continue? Yeah.
Okay. Anuchi Adonai Elohecha Hecha Asher Hotzi Teha Me'aretz Mitzrayim Mibeit Avadim.
It's interesting because I thought avodah was work, but it's bondage here, is it not?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is
Well,
avodah work?
Yeah, it is. But yeah, but it could also mean like service, like service to God is also
Yeah,
avodah.
avodah.
So it has lots of meanings. But I guess you could say bondage is like hard labor, or but yeah, here it means bondage. The house, bait, the house of bondage.
Avadim are slaves.
That's right. Yeah, avadim. Yeah, avadim hayinu. We were slaves. Right. So I guess slaves work hard. I mean, you can see the connection. But yeah. And do you want to just read the last couple of words here? Lo.
Lo yeh lecha Elohim acharim al panai.
Panai. Yeah, there's a lot of extra
Yeah,
little.
lots of things there.
There's lots of things here. Actually, right, but it's panai.
Panai.
Okay. Well, the other thing that's going on here, there's more than usual because there's two sets of trope notes. There's trope notes on top and there's trope notes on bottom because it's sung differently depending on if you're just saying it for yourself. I believe it's the trope notes on bottom, but for the Torah reader who's reading it in public, you use the notes on the top. So this is it's like triply difficult to read. So the fact that you're getting 98% of it correct is a real tribute to you. So
Thank you. Okay. I feel better. I do feel better.
Okay. Okay, Amy, do you want to read verse 4?
Yeah. Lo ta'aseh lecha vesel
Right.
v'chol temuna
Mm-hmm.
asher bashamayim mima'al ba'asher ba'aretz mitachat ba'asher ba'ma'im. Is that right? Ba'ma'im.
Mayim.
Oh,
Yeah.
ba'ma'im mitachat la'aretz.
Good. So let's see, anything particularly noteworthy here that we want to point out? I think so. Mitachat is under, and ma'al is above. Vesel, Timuna, here's a sculptured image or any likeness. Timuna is a picture. In modern, here it's saying a likeness, but it's a picture these days, in modern Hebrew. Which I guess led to, the belief that we're not supposed to paint pictures of I never really understood that Jews were forbidden to paint pictures of people. Is that correct?
Now make an image. Make a
Image,
great
right.
an image of God. There is no image. as
Is
I
it only
understand.
of God? I thought there was
No.
something against paintings of humans.
Well, my understanding is that in the Bible or the Torah, you don't have any pictures of anyone except the book of Esther, where God's name is not mentioned. So
Okay.
whenever God's name is mentioned, you can't have pictures of people because it's idolatry.
Okay.
That's how it was explained to me.
That's interesting.
And that,
That's really
Interesting. That's very interesting.
and only in the book of Esther do you have pictures, because God's name is not mentioned once in the book of Esther.
wow. Yeah, that I knew, but that I never. That's great. I mean, that's a great explanation. Thank you.
It makes sense to me. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but that's what I was told.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Audrey, you want to read verse 5?
Sure. Lo tishtachav lachem velo ta'avdem. Ki anochi Adonai Elohecha el kana poked avon avot. Abanim al shaleshim the al rebeim lishon a.
It's
The
so
sone. The sone.
so
Where does the accent?
so
I learned
so
the son I. The
Yeah.
son I.
Oh,
I
Sinai,
start.
Sinai.
No,
No,
Is
no,
it-
it's not
it's
China.
not.
It sounds like it, but it's
Sonai.
not. It's go ahead. Go, what were you saying?
I originally learned Ashkenazi. And where does and I get confused at time where the accent goes on a word.
Well, what's good about having the trope is that the trope note is always going to be on the syllable that's
Accented.
accented.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so it's like, do you have an example of, like, this is Va'al Rebei,
Beim.
and this is Lissonai, right? And this is not Sinai. This is who reject me.
Sonai.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
unfortunately who, but I'm trying to, I mean, here you could see where avodah is used as to serve, right? So
down.
here's the other meaning. So it's to work, to serve, and to be in bondage. It's all three meanings. Ta of dame, anochi, Elohecha. When there's a second one, it's so hard to explain, but this particular trope note is always at the end of a word. But if the accent is on a different syllable, they'll put it a second time. Does that make sense? Because otherwise
Yeah.
you would think it's Elohecha, but it's Elohecha. Kana,
No.
avon, it's on the second, it's not avon, it's avon, because the trope notes on the second syllable, avot, not avot. Does that, you see?
Yeah.
So avon is guilt and avot is parents. It sounds very similar. You'd think they're related, but you could see that the letters are completely different. Here it's an ayin, and here it's an aleph, and here it's help me, a vav, and here it's a
It's a
vet. So all these
babe.
letters that sound the same, vav and vet and ayin and al, you'd think that it's the same word or related in some way, and they're just completely different.
I got it.
It's so I just don't know how people learn this language or how they kept it alive, because it's so hard. It's so hard. Now, of course, you hear that in many years ago, these things sounded different, and maybe that's the problem. Maybe that we've lost the ability, they say, to distinguish the ayin and the aleph. except for some very special people, I think from Yemen, maybe, who still can make the sound different and in their throat, or I don't know. Does anyone else, does any of this sound familiar to anyone? Have you heard these things? But anyway, so maybe it wouldn't have been as difficult to make the distinction a long time ago when people were able, but I'm just babbling now. I mean, I know what I'm talking about, but it sounds like I'm babbling. Okay. So,
things have come down through the ages, and the changes are what we have now,
yeah,
and that's what we deal with. So.
exactly. But it's a miracle to me that it has come down, like you say, through the ages to us, despite how difficult it is. Okay. So, Audrey, why don't you just finish those number 6 and then we'll go on to the
Okay.
next.
ועושה חסד אלפים לאוהבי ולשמרי
Shom.
But there's 2 dots.
Right. So it's this one's to tell you that it's a shin, and this one's to tell you that it's an O. This shomre.
Gotcha. Yeah, because that word did not sound familiar to me. Ulishomre mitziotai.
Mitzvotai.
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 Geez. Gosh.
So I have a question. Shomrei, is this the same Shomrei that you see in the shul? Shomrei Amuna we have around here?
Yeah, I would think so.
What does
Yeah.
it mean?
Shomer, to watch, to guard,
Oh,
isn't it?
Keep, yeah, to watch, to guard, to keep my commandments. Yeah. Watch
oh,
over, keep, yeah. Guard, yeah, all those words.
Like the word Shomer Yisrael.
Mm-hmm. 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 And emunah that's faith, I believe is faith.
Emunah.
Yeah, it's all, yep, that definitely the same word. And mitzvotai, my commandments, mitzvah, and then
Mitzvotai.
Okay, so now we're finally, believe it or not, we're now up to the 3rd commandment after all, that was quite a bit, quite a mouthful, but that was all, it's all considered anyway to be the 2nd commandment after I am your God, then 3, 4, 5, and 6 are all considered commandment number 2. So now we're going to go commandment number 3. We made it. Okay. Amy.
Lo tisa et Shem Adonai Elohecha lo shav. Oh, I don't know. Lo shava. Lo la shav. What
Yeah. You just kind of,
is the Aleph silent? Lo
the
shav.
Aleph is silent, but you
Okay.
can give a little bit of sound to this, just,
Lo shava. Lo shav.
lashav.
Lo
Just
shav.
to acknowledge that it's there, because they put it there for a reason. So I just try to give it a little bit
Okay.
of sound.
Lo shav. Ki lo Yinaker
Good.
Adonai et Asher Yisha et Shmo L'shav.
Lashav. So we have lashav a second time, so it's falsely.
Is
in-
Asher the same as the name or it's different? I don't know. So it keeps saying Asher.
Asher means that or which.
Oh,
So
okay.
it comes up a lot, in English, in any language, you have a lot of that or which, or
Oh.
yeah.
But
Like key, like in French, it'd be key or yeah. So it comes up a lot, yeah. K saras, or K, what, it's, yeah. Okay. Okay, Arlene, you want to do 8 and 9?
Sure. Zachor et yom hashivat, hashavat, hashavat,
Shabbat.
Hashavat,
The
Hashabat.
most basic thing. Keep
Yes, I know.
Sabbath. Shabbat.
Right, Hashabat. Likadshu,
So,
Likadshov,
Likatsho.
Likadsho.
Okay,
right.
so remember, so Zachor is remember
Right.
and keep it holy. Likatsho.
Hashabat.
Okay,
Right. Okay.
okay.
Sheshet Yamim Ta'avod Ve'asot Ta Kol
Sita. Sita.
Sitat Ta. Okay. Kol Min Milach Techa. Milach Techa.
Kamalaktacha. Okay, so just so we had the one about not swearing falsely is number 3.
Mhm.
Keeping Shabbat holy is number 4. Honor, okay, and then 6 days you shall labor and do all your work. I'm just trying, the 5th commandment is about honoring your parents. What happened to honoring your parents? 6 days. Remember the
Isn't that-
Sabbath day.
Yeah, but isn't that
Oh, okay, so this
golden?
is saying from 8, 9, 10, and 8, 9, and 10, 8, 9, and 10, and 11 are all about
Right.
keeping Sabbath.
Right,
So
that
verses
makes
8,
sense.
9,
It
10, and
is-
11 are all the 4th commandment. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Sheshet Yamim, you just read Malach Techa? Good.
Yeah, I read Milach Techa, yes.
All right, so verse 10, Amy.
V'yom hashbi'i Shabbat l'Adonai Elohecha lo ta'aseh kol melaka ata uvnecha
Uvincha.
Uvinecha. uvitecha
Mhm.
adocha
Mhm.
v'amatcha metecha. Now, is that mem have a
Yeah,
Uv-
it's
hem?
the uvihemetecha. I mean, if you don't have
Okay.
to pronounce it, but if you want to,
Okay, uvahemetecha ugor
the
no
gay,
uger no
Vig-
bu
okay.
the,
Big
the
okay.
gercha
uh-huh.
asher bish arecha
Good.
sharecha.
Yisharecha. So we've got lots of chaz here because it's
Mhm.
your son, your daughter, your male or female slave, and your cattle, and it's like your stranger, the stranger who is within your settlement. So they all end in chaz for your.
Yeah, this commandment only strikes me as interesting when we say it and we have a Shabbos guy downstairs getting the kiddush ready.
Right. Isn't that fascinating? Yep. How do they justify that? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so verse 11 is still part of the 4th commandment. Okay. Audrey?
Yeah. Right. You were thinking, I saw you looking up at the heavens. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, את הים ואת כל אשר בם, וינח, is that right? וינח?
Vayanach.
Vayanach. Oh, there's the whatchamacallit, yeah. Bayom hashvi'i al kol al kain is that yeah, beirach Adonai et yom hashabbat v'yikat shehu.
Good. Okay. Arlene, so now we are finally, after all of that, at the fifth commandment. Well, we're only halfway through the commandments, but the rest of them all go pretty quickly. Okay, Arlene, go ahead.
Kabed et avicha viat imecha
The et.
viet imecha lema'an ya'arikun yamecha al ha'adima adama
Uh-huh.
asher Adonai Elohecha notain lach.
Lach, yeah,
Lach.
good. And you want to continue with verse
Sure.
13 and so this covers yeah,
You
verse
shall not
13
murder.
I think covers I think these are all separate, right? You shall not murder and adult.
Yeah,
Aren't these all separate?
These are all the
commandments?
knots.
yeah.
These are all
yeah,
the knots, the
yeah.
negatives.
Yeah,
Right, I was
low,
just making sure. So verse 13 has commandment 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay.
Wow.
8,
Wow.
okay.
so
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, go ahead.
Lo tirzach, lo tina'af, lo tigu, tigan nab,
No, tignov.
tignov, lo ta'aneh, vira'acha ad sheker,
V're'acha.
vira'acha ad sheker,
Aid.
aid, shaker.
Right, so an aid is a witness and
Uh-huh.
shaker is basically a liar. To
Liar,
bear,
right.
yeah, don't,
False.
yeah. Yep, so that's the big one, and it has has 4 commandments all in a row. And then finally we get number 10. Okay, Amy, you want to read 14?
Lo ta'mod bet re'echa. Lo ta'mod eshet re'echa v'avdo.
So here's your slave, right? I'm just pointing it out because you had asked about avodah.
Oh,
the
that's slave, yeah.
So here it's avodo,
Uh-huh.
avdo is and his slave. Yeah.
Va'amato. Is that a
Right.
dot?
That's a female,
Va'amato?
that's a female slave.
Oh. Vasho, Vashoro,
Shoro.
Vashoro, Vashoro,
Shora.
Vachamoro,
Uh-huh.
Vakol, Asher, Lereecha.
Right.
Right.
And everything that is your neighbors, that belongs to your neighbors or to your neighbor or yeah. Okay. So there we have it. All the people witnessed the thunder and lightning, the blare of the horn and the mountain smoking. Okay. Stop share. Okay, so that was, that, I don't know, I found it interesting to, I mean, I'm sure I've read this 1,000 times, but it doesn't stick. So now we've done it again and maybe it'll stick a little more, but
Well, what's fascinating about it is there are like 4 or 5 lines for the second commandment, and then 6, 7, 8, and 9 are clumped together
mhm.
in one line.
Yeah, yeah. And as and the, I mean, the Christian interpretation is different in other ways, you know, but even the Jewish interpretations are not, yeah, they don't all agree with one another. So